Hey, everybody. Jude Currier from Parent Coach Family Counseling. Hope everybody is well. Wanted to talk a little bit today about arguing with your child, especially your teenager. It's a very common occurrence. Obviously, conflict is built into the relationship that we have with our kids. We have power, they don't. We have to tell them to do things they don't want to do. Because they're teenagers, they don't necessarily have a clear understanding of why we're doing that. And they probably think that we don't know what we're talking about. So yeah, so it can happen. What is important to understand is that a lot of times in those interactions, our children are simply trying to just control the interaction. And it's fairly easy to do. All they have to do is say the next thing that we disagree with, which is pretty easy. And because they're kids, they don't have to follow the rules. So they're really just literally making things up. After logic runs out for them, they're just gonna make up the next thing they say. And we're trying to make them understand logic, and they're not necessarily interested in that. So we have to, we got to set some rules for ourselves, because that can go on forever. And it's important to understand the way this starts, right? So we start here in the discussion or argument, we start here, we're here, and the kids are here, and there's a power differential, which is important that we have, as parents, have that power differential. Well, the more we argue and the more we, challenge each other, then the more authority we're giving away as parents, until, 4 or 5 minutes into it, we're here, we're peers. And because we're peers, we're aggravated as adults. We're aggravated enough that now it's personal. And this is where we say the things we shouldn't say, and we do the things that we shouldn't do, because we've lost perspective. We should be here, but we're here. And so to keep us out of that situation, I suggest a 3 interchange rule. Essentially, they say something, you say something, they say something, you say something, they say something, you say something. If it doesn't resolve by the 3rd interchange, parents got to walk away from it. So it's going to sound something like, okay, I'm done having this conversation. And then you just stop, right? You don't have to walk away. You could stay right there. It doesn't even matter where you go physically. You just got to stop talking about it. And believe it or not, that is often the most important expression of our authority, is in our silence. And it seems odd, right? Because sometimes it feels pretty impotent because we're not really doing anything. But that's where it is. So it's important that we engage or disengage that way, and that we don't re-engage when our children escalate, because once we stop talking, they're going to escalate more oftentimes to get us to re-engage, because that's their superpower, right? They can get us to re-engage, and they can keep us in the argument. When we take that away, their initial reaction is going to be to escalate, but eventually they're going to calm down, and they're going to realize that they don't have the control that they would like, but also they don't have the control that they shouldn't have. So try it out. It's kind of hard, because being quiet is not really what we do best as parents. We want to talk things out. That just oftentimes doesn't really work. Sometimes we just have to say it and leave it and not talk anymore. Anyway, hope that's helpful to you. Please leave comments below if you agree, disagree, challenge. I'm open to hearing anything that people have to say. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be great. Very helpful. Good luck to everybody. Check out the website, parentcoach.org. Take care, you guys.